Hey, what's going on everyone? It's Justin here, and today I've got the camera comparison between the Apple iPhone 6s and the HTC 10. From taking some photos on both these smartphones, I noticed that some characteristics are definitely shared between them. So let's first talk about the specs on each of the cameras before showing you guys some samples. The HTC 10 has a 12 megapixel rear-facing camera with a pixel size of 1.55 microns. The f-stop comes in at f1.8, and it also has laser autofocus with a dual tone flash and optical image stabilization on the front and rear facing cameras. The front facing camera you will find on this guy is 5 megapixels with an f-stop once again of f1.8. On the other hand, the Apple iPhone 6s has a 12 megapixel rear facing camera with an f-stop of 2.2 and a pixel size of 1.22 microns. You will also find a dual tone flash, and you have optical image stabilization on the Plus models but not on the standard 6s model, which I'm using in this video. Both these smartphones have the ability to record 4K video, and on the iPhone 6s you will find a 5 megapixel f2.2 front facing camera. By the way, the skins on these smartphones are from Dbrand, so if you would like to check them out for yourself, the link will be in the description section below. But let's go ahead and take a look at some photo and video samples. From looking at some of the image samples here, you will notice that some of these pictures actually look nearly identical. There's the odd image where the iPhone seemed to overexpose and blow things out, and there was one or two photos that the HTC did that. The HTC 10 and the iPhone 6s both had tremendous dynamic range, with the slight edge going to the iPhone, and I also noticed that the image was sharper and cleaner, with the HTC being a little bit soft on the edges. The color representation was pretty accurate on both phones, but I have to give the edge to the HTC 10. The iPhone's camera leans towards a warmer tone more often than not, and personally I don't really prefer that, but that's kind of just my opinion. Looking at the low light sample, the HTC 10 without a doubt produced the cleaner image. When it comes to the front facing camera, both of them do have a pretty similar field of view. The iPhone 6s did capture more detail, but the image was pretty warm. The HTC 10 definitely did a better job in its color representation, but it does still lean slightly to the cooler tone. Moving on to the 4K video, once again both cameras did a tremendous job. The color balancing for the most part is pretty good, but the iPhone did capture a little bit more dynamic range, and the iPhone clearly produces a slightly sharper image, as you can see in the rocks. When you look at the second clip here, both phones did a good job in the color representation. One thing you definitely see though is that the HTC 10 is quite underexposed. So after comparing the camera quality between the HTC 10 and the iPhone 6s, both of them are very solid camera competitors. In the end, many of these samples were hard to distinguish a clear winner, and it would come down to whether you prefer a different type of color temperature or brightness. The only thing that I actually noticed that would give the iPhone the edge is the fact that the HTC 10 just isn't as sharp and the edges are slightly soft. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed this comparison, and I'll see you all in the next video.